the day's proceedings from recitations from the Holy Scriptures. We have two students, Anush and Hadi.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Today I'll be reciting from Philippians chapter 4, verse 6 to 7. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and petition. With thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Amen.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس صدق الله العظيم.
I would like to invite Dr. Trimble for the next two slides, please.
Good morning. I just want to welcome everyone here. I'm so pleased that you have come and are part of today. Today is, there's been an enormous amount of work and preparation leading up to today. I'm so glad that all of you are here. And I know that we're going to talk about important things. And I just really want today to be a celebration of what we do as a discipline of teaching. And so let me just welcome all of you. Today we are thinking about two people who are not part of us today, and we miss them deeply. And so I just want to take right now to have a moment of silence to remember the contributions of Dr. Sufyan and Dr. Christie. Please join me for a moment of silence. Thank you. I would also like to, at this point, introduce somebody new to the group, and this is Dr. Hisuk Song, and she goes by Joy Song, and so I'm just so pleased to introduce her. She is the new Associate Vice Rector for Faculty Affairs. While nobody could replace Dr. Sufyan, we still need somebody to be part of our office, and we're delighted that Dr. Joy is joining us and is part of our office. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Today we have a wonderful schedule of events, beginning with Reclaiming Balance. And you should have the calendar or the schedule, today's schedule with you. And so after that, we'll be having a leadership panel with Dr. Adelton, myself, and Dr. Gloria, where we'll be talking about some of the important issues for the university and for the academic program specifically. After that, we have a wonderful panel, Academia Workplace Linkages, with some wonderful guests that I think that you will very much enjoy listening to and hearing from. After we have after that session, we'll have a group photo that we'll take right outside. Well, I'm not exactly sure where the group photo will be. We'll find out. I'll find out that soon. But we'll have a group photo. And then we will be in the ground floor of this building for the lunch. During that lunch, there's a number of things. There's a number of booths that are set up around the room there that you'll be able to enjoy. They'll have booths that relate to, let's see, some of the faculty here are engaged in some businesses, and so you'll be able to learn some about some of the things that they do outside of work. There's also some consultations regarding health and yoga. There's also a photo booth. And one of the things that we are running on the slides here is slides about our new faculty. So you can get to know them well, they were running before the session began. They'll also be running at lunch. And so you'll be able to see some of those slides and get introduced to our new faculty. After lunch, we'll have an energizer back here in this room. And then there'll be a session, again, another wonderful panel where we have reimagining organizational rigor, facilitated by Yakub Bangish, former faculty member here at FC. And then we will end the day with recalibrating academic freedom at Foreman Christian College University, where I'll be talking about the academic freedom statement that we adopted at the Academic Council last May, and we'll be talking about some of the implications of that. So as you can see, we have a fantastic calendar, or a fantastic program for today. Let me call Dr. Dr. Roxana back up. Thank you so much.
So it's good to know I am not the only one who is shaken up. Okay, dear faculty, welcome to all of you for being here. And this is good enough? Is it okay? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So there's a few things I want to. Another year has passed, and I stand here before you again. Anxious. It has been an anxious last few days. And anxious because I always ask myself, how do I satisfy each one of you? There are lots of generations. There are lots of different personalities. There are lots of different perceptions. And so when you give us feedback, I get a whole spectrum, which literally makes it very difficult for us to even decide what works or what doesn't work. But believe it or not, what you say, we try to do our best to follow. Last year, some of your main comments, and I will go over them one by one, you talked about the venue. Every year you've been saying, we want a better venue. Well, this is it. You got it. We are still on the campus, and we tried to create a shadi hall for you. So this is the best you get. देखिए भाई, जितना पैसा है, उतना ही नखरा हो सकता है. So इतने पैसे में यही नखरा होगा. So we will work with it in years to come. Then the other point was that you said, too many long presentations. We do not want you to talk down to us. CLT gives us a hard time all the year round with talks. We don't want that at the retreat. And you said, no more of those. But who cares about no more? Does anybody care? But actually, we do. So what we did this year was that we took your comments, what you were saying to us. So before the faculty retreat, I wonder if you remember in July, we sent out a faculty insight survey. Guess what that did? That gave us all the pointers we needed for our program today. The same went out to students, and so we'll be sharing this by and by as we go along the different sessions. You see the survey here. It talked about 4 areas. Dr. Trimble will talk about the first one in his session tomorrow. Then there is some more, and we will work with those. And they're all panels, no talk downs this time. Then there's you wanted interactivity. So that was a way of putting in interactivity. We took your voice, we put it into the faculty retreat program, and at the panel, you can talk all you want with the lineup of the guests that we have put forward. And I am not doing anything to the slides. So what you can do is you can talk to the panelists after the panel, as the panel proceeds, and you will have all the interactivity you want. But there is a disclaimer. We take no responsibility for the last section, academic freedom, and neither do we take responsibility for planning the session tomorrow. That is probably session which Dr. Trimble is, and Dr. Trimble, like you always say, if people complain, throw me under the bus. So there you are. I'll throw you under the bus if there are complaints about another workshop-like session. So, but these are some things that we have to do, like it or not. It's the start of a new year, and some things have to be clarified, so our direction is in the north that we need to go, right? And can we have the slides back on the screen, please? Our first session, and I'll move on, is about well-being. I cannot, yeah, there we go. As you see, 56% of you responded, 24% of the students, and that's a pretty good rate to base our faculty retreat program on. The first session, and I want to show you the slide from where we derive this perceptions about, your perceptions about well-being. You see that the faculty and the students both show a pretty good idea about there's a regularity in following healthy habits. You're talking about satisfaction with work-life balance. You're also talking about some professional areas. Now, looking at the chart and very like an overview, I see that most of our faculty are regular. They have pretty decently satisfied, but 64%. But I think this is where we need to sort of work with a balance, and that's why the well-being. There needs to be more percentages over there. But as far as your professional well-being goes, you know, it's amazing to see that there is a 90%, 93%, and 89%. You feel aligned with academic goals. You are very clear of your expertise and interests and how well they are aligned with the program. And you're also you perceive that the program is aligned with the market needs. And that is why I say perceived, because the students do not show that perception. And we will talk about this, the students' perception about their career alignment more. That is why the academia, university, academia and the workplace linkage panel, because if the students do not feel that the program's aligned to the market, then that's something we need to worry about. But we'll talk about it later. For now, we are just responding to your need for a work-life balance. And who better to walk us through, I don't see, than Mariam Khalid. Here you are, our own in-house guru, if I can call you. You, Mariam, are a faculty at the
School of Man.
Yes, and you are also been in higher education for 25 years. You don't look it. Is that the yoga?
It's the
thing?
yoga.
Okay, let's do it, people. And then you are a certified yoga teacher, you are a Reiki healer and whatnot, and lots of emotional freedom techniques. So over to you to guide the rest of the session on well-being.
Thank you, Dr. Usana. I think we can testify that one of the most important and significant areas in well-being that gets overlooked is breathing. You know, don't forget to breathe. We hear that a lot. In yoga, the human mind and the thoughts within it are studied as a wild elephant, as a parable. And the rope that tethers the mind and tames the elephant is breath work. Unfortunately, the study of breathing is a very complex world, as I think the experts would agree. So we're just going to talk about it, but in order to delve deeper, I think the experts are available for later on. This year, like every year, Team Dr. Rukhsana Zia at CLT FCCU have proven that they are champions at pushing boundaries and making us sit up and take notice. Faculty well-being is one of the most relevant and pertinent topics of discourse around the academic centers globally. In a nutshell, I think we will all agree the purpose of a meaningful and happy life is goal alignment with self and community. Look around you. It has become increasingly clear that emphasis needs to be on the mind, body, heart, soul equilibrium. Sorry, The Economist. At FCCU, the mind and heart are thriving and very much connected with support from individual departments, leaders, and the center also. Our academic and community activities are purposefully designed to revolve around ensuring harmony within faculty and students. However, sometimes, in fact, oftentimes, the cup runneth low, so to speak. Higher education faculty faces challenges of work-life balance more than ever. There is an apparent paper fatigue, exhaustion given bureaucratic deadlines, you can nod, and an undocumented emotional burnout given the increased demand on faculty for student engagement and curriculum management, especially post-COVID years. This list can go on. However, we're not about the list. We're about proaction. And you're very welcome to join in what follows. There is no pressure on the skeptics among us to partake. Note, I'm not looking at anyone. You are welcome to observe. The purpose today is to attempt to scratch the surface with respect to some concrete steps that can be taken by faculties and departments to improve the alignment of the mind, body, heart, soul equilibrium. My own line of inquiry over the past year has been to investigate the impact of campus noise on female faculty in higher education with caregiving responsibilities. Most of us are aspiring to commit to a healthier lifestyle. How many of you moved today? Okay, good, good. There wasn't enough hands though. We don't even know it, but we're all committing to a healthier lifestyle. But sometimes all of us feel overwhelmed given the work-life balance and are unable to commit to a sustainable plan of action. Here to guide us with some tangible takeaways, note, CLT under the guidance of Dr. Mehwish Raza has consolidated a panel of, thank you, see all the people who connected with her, under the guidance of Dr. Mehwish Raza, has consolidated a panel of incredibly relevant, the key point is relevant individuals who add values to the lives of professionals all across Pakistan. I think this is my moment to introduce the panel, and maybe you may start taking your positions on the esteemed stage. We have three very qualified individuals. Yes, please join us. We have Saira, who's a certified yoga, meditation, and fitness coach, and also the vice president of Pakistan Weightlifting Federation and a national weightlifter. Come on, that deserves that. Please come up. Please. Thank you. Dr. Rukhsana, should I also ask Samia to join us on stage? Okay. Bilal is a certified yoga instructor, data engineer, and a passionate music director and teacher, and of course offers guitar coaching and private yoga classes. Thank you, Bilal. And finally, I used to have a yoga teacher. मैं उर्दू में बात कर लूँ, वो कहती थी जितनी मर्जी एक्सरसाइज कर लें, मुंह पे ताला नहीं लगाएंगे तो कोई फ़र्क नहीं पड़ेगा. What we need is Dr. Samia Razi, MBBS doctor, and she's an expert on functional medication. So here to talk us through, walk us through. Over to the panel. I think please have a seat. All of you please have a seat. Before we start, Dr. Rukhsana, how much time do we have? Because we've kind of run over. Ten, 20? Okay, 10:20. So, okay, over to you. Thank you.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम. आपका शुक्रिया कि हमें यहाँ पे मदऊ किया है. तो आज हम डिस्कस करेंगे कि जो एक तो सेडेंटरी लाइफस्टाइल और एक जैसे आपका काम है ज़्यादा ऑफिस में बैठना और कुर्सी पे बैठ के काम करना, तो हम हेड टू हील्स मेन जो खासकर बैक बोन है उसको हम एड्रेस करेंगे कि किस तरह आप अपने ऑफिसेज में और चेयर्स पे बैठ के अपने आप को स्ट्रेंथन और रिलैक्स कर सकते हैं. सो मैं माइक के बगैर भी आ रही है आवाज़? पहले हम हेड से शुरू होंगे कि और सर्वाइकल वर्टिब्रास की वजह से ही, क्योंकि आप नेक को आगे रखते हैं, लैपटॉप यूज़ करते हैं, मोबाइल यूज़ करते हैं, तो आपका जो सर्वाइकल वर्टिब्रास हैं वो स्ट्रेस में आते हैं और उनकी पोजीशन ही चेंज हो जाती है। उसकी वजह से हेडेक होती है, माइग्रेन होता है। और हम इसको स्ट्रेंथन करने के लिए आइसोमेट्रिक कॉन्ट्रैक्शन करेंगे, जो कि बिलाल डेमो देंगे। सो इंटरलॉक करेंगे फिंगर्स को बैक ऑफ योर नेक, ना कि आप हेड, आपने नेक पर नहीं बल्कि हेड पर इंटरलॉक करना है। सो सांस को लेंगे एंड देन एक्सेल, प्रेस योर हैंड्स टू हेड एंड हेड टू हैंड्स। सो अपोजिट आपने इसको कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करना है। एंड देन इनहेल, रिलैक्स, and then exhale again, press your hands to head and head to hands. This is isometric contraction, so आपका blood circulation भी बढ़ेगा। Then हम forehead पर आएंगे, so front के muscles को, so सांस को लेंगे and then exhale, press your hands to head and head to hands. So it is good for your cervical vertebrae, for your migraine and for your headache. अब हम लेटरल मसल्स को करेंगे। ये जो आपका हथेली का गहराई है उसमें आपने चीक बोन को होल्ड करना है और सांस को लेंगे एंड देन एक्सेल, प्रेस योर हैंड टू फेस एंड फेस टू हैंड। सो बोथ अपोजिट स्ट्रेच देंगे। देन लेफ्ट साइड, सो सांस को लेंगे एंड देन एक्सेल, प्रेस योर हैंड टू फेस एंड फेस टू हेड। सो लेटरल मसल्स आपके, ये जो स्टेनोक्लेडियोमोस्टेट मसल है, बड़ा सा मसल, वो आपका कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होगा। सो ये आपके है। सो सर में दर्द है, माइग्रेन है, और जो नेक की हमारी पोजीशन चेंज हो जाती है उसको अलाइन करने के लिए। देन हम थ्रेसिक वर्टिब्रास पे चले जाएंगे, जो कि 12 थ्रेसिक वर्टिब्रास हैं, जो कि रिब केज से बंधे हुए हैं। तो हम रोटेशन, यस सो क्योंकि यहाँ टाइम की किल्लत है तो हम 5 सेकेंड्स 5 ब्रीदिंग के साथ हम 5 सेकेंड्स होल्ड करेंगे ईच साइड। एंड ये जो एक्सरसाइज आप एक दिन करेंगे तो 48 आवर्स का गैप होना चाहिए उसके बाद रेस्ट के लिए, क्योंकि बहुत ही नाजुक मसल्स हैं ये, तो उसकी रेस्ट भी होनी चाहिए, क्योंकि लैक्टिक एसिड का रिमूवल जो है वो आपका 48 आवर्स में होगा। देन थ्रेसिक वर्टिब्रास, सो हम सांस को लेंगे और जो 12 वर्टिब्रास हैं उसकी रोटेशन के लिए, सो जस्ट स्ट्रेटन योर बैक एंड देन ट्विस्ट योर टॉर्सो राइट हैंड साइड। सो फील योर बैक बोन, so nourish your back muscles. So stretch your latissimus dorsi muscles and your erector spinalis muscles. Then inhale, come back, and then exhale, twist your torso left hand side. But straighten your back, और जो पीछे shoulder जाएगा उसकी rotation है outward rotation. So stretch your pectorals muscles and your chest muscles. So यहाँ पे भी आप 5 seconds and 10 seconds hold कर सकते हैं. So feel your backbone, so open your nodes and strengthen your back. Then हम lumbar area पर जाएंगे, L4 L5 वर्टिब्रा, जहाँ पे डिजनेशन सबसे पहले होती है और वहीं पर ही कंप्रेशन होती है। रिब केज के बाद हमारा L4 L5 वर्टिब्रा है। तो हम वाइडन करेंगे लेग्स को little bit. So सांस को लेंगे and then exhale forward from your pelvic joint. हमने बैक को ऐसे राउंड नहीं करना। So from your pelvic joint. So feel your lengthening stretch in your latissimus dorsi muscles and in your erector spinalis muscles. So inhale up. Okay, then diagonal twist देंगे. So deep inhale and exhale. Twist your torso right hand side in front of your right knee. So your chin in front of your knee. So stretch your back muscles in diagonal. So inhale up. Twist your torso left hand side and exhale, chin to knee. Again stretch your back muscles. So जो stiffness है, जो compression है, decompression है इससे आपके backbone में. Okay, so ये हो गया lumbar का. Next हमारा आता है कि हम sciatica nerve pinch हो रही होती है और pain, shooting pain नीचे आ रही होती है. Simple सा stretch है उसकी opening के लिए. So right leg को रखेंगे ऊपर और अगर ये लेग आपकी ऊपर की तरफ भी आती है तो इट्स ओके, ऐसे ऐसे इसका रेंज बढ़ जाएगा इसी स्ट्रेच को करते हुए। तो सांस को लेंगे, डीप इनहेल एंड एक्सेल फॉरवर्ड फ्रॉम योर पेल्विक जॉइंट. सो फील योर लेंथनिंग स्ट्रेच इन योर आउटर थाई, योर IT band and your adductor muscles and open your sciatica nerve. So inhale up and then drop your limb, and then left leg over your right leg. So ये एक side हम 3 times करेंगे. हम एक दफ़ा ही demo दे रहे हैं. So सांस को लेंगे and then exhale forward. So feel your left ball and socket joint. Okay, outward rotation है left ball and socket joint की, and sciatica nerve की opening है. Then हम knee का problem बहुत है. नी का प्रॉब्लम इसलिए होता है कि हमारा जो अपर थाई है क्वाड्राइसेप्स ये वीक होता है. तो इसकी स्ट्रेंथनिंग एक्सरसाइज सिंपल है. अच्छे से पीछे होके बैठेंगे. सो सांस को लेंगे एंड एक्सेल, लिफ्ट योर राइट लिम्ब अप एंड स्लाइड योर थाई अपवर्ड एंड टोस प्लांटर फ्लेक्स. टोस को पॉइंटर रखेंगे एक दफ़ा. यहाँ पर 5 सेकेंड्स होल्ड करेंगे. देन फ्लेक्स योर फुट एंड दिस इज डोर्सिफ्लेक्शन. एंगेज करेंगे हम हैम काफ्स मसल्स को भी. And then hold here 5 to 10 seconds. Then drop your limb. Then left side. So toes को point out करेंगे. Plantar flexion first. And then hold here. And then exhale. Flex your foot. And hold. So lengthen your calves. And then relax. So ये हमारी head to heels हमारे सारे muscles को करती है. तो आप अपने ऑफिस में टेबल पे जहाँ पर आप 2-3 घंटे के बाद 5 घंटे के बाद ये सारे स्ट्रेचेस करेंगे तो आप अच्छा फील करेंगे. सो वो तो मेन भी हम यूज़ कर रहे होते हैं रूटीन में. लेकिन नेक के सबसे नाजुक जो है हमारा सर्वाइकल वर्टिब्रास और लंबर एरिया है जो सबसे नाजुक होते हैं. सो अगर हम इसको ओवरडू करेंगे तो ये मसल्स बहुत स्टिफ हो जाएंगे. सो जो स्टिफनेस को रिलीज़ करने के लिए 48 आवर्स का गैप आपका ज़रूरी है. तो जब शुरू में आपको ये करना होगा फिर आप डेली रूटीन में भी कर सकते हैं. थैंक यू सो मच जी. थैंक यू.
I'm going to be a bit of a skeptic here. First of all, what does it even mean to be an expert on functional medicine?
It's not working.
Hello? Now
Hello, everybody. So I see the skeptics, which are usually skulking in the background. During the breathing sessions also, I saw the skepticism and some little laughs and looks of doubt. So backbenchers, also please pay attention. Would you like me to stand up? Can everybody see me? Okay, I prefer sitting. Okay, so I am an MBBS doctor, and while studying medicine, of course, our conventional approach becomes treating everything with a tablet or a pill. And then around the age of 40, my own medicine stopped working on myself. And I started doing a lot of thinking, why is conventional medicine not working? And that led me down a path of integrative nutrition and then eventually functional medicine, which became the study of how to treat the body from within, like look at the root cause, not the symptom. So I do treat conventionally also. The mechanism that I use, if I can call it a mechanism, is down regulation with conventional medicine if you have an active disease, say hypertension, which needs to be addressed because it can be dangerous. So if we cannot treat it by just supplements and lifestyle, it first needs to be controlled with conventional medicine. And then I will work on lowering the stress levels, maybe improving the diet, improving the lifestyle, losing weight. That is called upregulation of your own natural systems. So conventional medicine treats by downregulation and suppresses a symptom, and functional medicine works on the root cause, be it your digestion, be it your genetics, epigenetics, where you're living, what part of the world you're from, what kind of stressors you have been exposed to, and this is what functional medicine is.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, this is a very diverse demographic here, but I think one thread that is very common is that everybody is coming to work at a time when it's morning. Most of us have children going off to school or other responsibilities in the morning. So the priority of packing a lunch box for us, how many of you bring home cooked lunches from home? Okay, yeah. So over to you in terms of what are some of the tangible steps that we can do on campus to mindfully figure out what nutritional needs are met.
So basically the things that I generally advise people to stay away from are the bad oils that we're using, the seed oils, dairy products. I would suggest that you stick to fresh products like fruits, vegetables like cucumbers, and if you are bringing something from home, try and cook it in mustard oil, which is a local oil, very, very cheap, and avoid the seed oils. But for snacking, maybe you can keep things like apples, bananas, cucumbers, carrots, things that can give you an instant...
budget allocation for a fruit station. All those in favor?
Come on, we can do a cucumber.
Come on. Yes? Okay, 2 hands here, and your seniority counts also. I'm going to very quickly do a few myth busters.
Sure.
So, I mean, I was raised on if your car is not full of petrol in the morning, then you can't really go out. So what about breakfast? What's your take on breakfast?
So it's individual. So the thing with functional medicine, what I do is it's very bio-individual. It caters to a particular individual. So something might suit one person, might not suit another person. So say if we talk about intermittent fasting, where we generally advise that breakfast is the meal to skip, it works really well for men. So the male gender here, pay attention. 19 hours and above of intermittent fasting will do you immense good. However, for women, it is advised that you do have breakfast. And again, this also depends on how you were raised. So some households, the children have been raised with breakfast, they perform better with it. Some people, they will perform better without breakfast, and breakfast will make them sluggish and give them an insulin spike. So it is really bio-individual, and if anybody has a question, I am available during lunch hour. You can come and have a little chat with me about your individual
Very
needs.
quickly, if you could define very briefly intermittent fasting.
Yeah, so intermittent fasting is basically giving your body a break from insulin. So insulin, which is produced to metabolize sugar, is the most inflammatory hormone that our body produces. It has
sugar is bad?
Yes, sugar is fat, is like carbohydrates. Bread, roti, chawal, bakery goods, the delicious cakes that you have outside.
Okay.
So sometimes we need that, but sugar addiction is known as the worst addiction on the planet, even worse than cannabis, heroin, cocaine, and it gives you a high which is really higher than what apparently cocaine gives you.
Yes, so I in my own research that I'm doing, I'm finding that mothers typically tend to sugar fixes to spike up their, because they need the energy, and that's the worst kind of, and then there's temper tantrums by the mother also, which feeds into, so it's a very bad, vicious cycle.
Absolutely.
A few mythbusters. We've just, how many of you enjoyed mangoes this summer? What is your take on mangoes?
Please continue.
I see 2 hands raised, Dr. Raghav.
Continue to enjoy them. This is again a myth that mangoes are bad for you. Mango has a lot of fiber in it, so if you consume a natural sugar with fiber in it, it really does reduce the insulin spike. Of course, you're not going to have a whole case full of them, but it is a very healthy fruit, and I would advise go ahead and enjoy mango season without feeling guilty.
Okay, so there's a big fad out there. My yoga teacher also, she told us that, we are kind of turning towards products that are not the indigenous produce of the region. Avocados being one of them. So if you could, as the expert, take over.
Yes, I totally agree. So I've also been down that fad lane because I started studying and practicing this in about 2010, or maybe 20 years ago when I turned 40. So I'm 60 now. And yes, that is why I'm a longevity expert. I will be 61 in November. So going and chasing things from abroad, That's the worst thing we can do. Source local, as much local as you can, close to wherever you're living. Even if it's something as pathetic looking as a guava, you think there might be no nutritional value. But since it's indigenous to this area, stick to that. Also eat seasonally. Since everything is available all year round, I do not advise that you consume everything all year round. Try and think what is available locally in a particular season and stick to that. And that is the best way to go.
Okay, Saira, if I'm not mistaken, Bilal is yours. He's her son, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. So, you know, this is proof, the proof is in the pudding.
Yes.
A very big misconception, again, I've recently figured out potatoes. I want your opinion on it.
Yeah. So potatoes, again, if you fry them, then it's a different thing. But if you bake them, it's a different thing. I would generally push people towards sweet potatoes as opposed to the pathetic looking potato that we have. Once in a while is okay. So let me reiterate, everything consumed in balance is good for you. These fads will keep coming up. These days the new fad is protein. At one time the fad used to be low fat, then it used to be low carb. So we've gone down all kinds of roads, but balance is the best way. So by all means, have your potatoes. Don't have the French fries from outside because they're made in bad seed oils. So more than the poor potato, it's how it's cooked. If it's deep fried in the bad oils, then it becomes really harmful for you. But if you cook it at home and make some fries at home with a little bit of oil, by all means, go
So
ahead.
I was recently thinking of starting some supplements. Again, hum ghar mein hi neem hakim and all of that. My father told me that it's all right, just keep eating healthy. Although he'd been using a lot of supplements, most of them would be imported from outside the country, and then some locally sourced. What's your take on supplements? And also, if by show of hands, we could see how many of us are on supplements.
Yes. Not bad. Excellent. Yeah, yeah. Okay. That's very interesting. Okay, so the thing with supplements is when the myth came out that supplements are just expensive urine, if you take a multivitamin, it is expensive urine. Because the multivitamins that are available all over the world, regardless whether they're from Pakistan or abroad or a very renowned company, they have every single vitamin in a very low quantity. And for each vitamin or mineral to be absorbed, they have to add a lot of excipients in it. So people end up feeling a little nauseous with those multivitamins. The vitamins that you do need to take, that every human being needs to take, despite having a good diet and a good lifestyle, would be fish oils, vitamin D3, magnesium, K2 for the D3 to be absorbed into the bones, and some vitamin Bs. That is the basic stack that I suggest everybody take without fail. Then on top of that, depending on your budget and how much of a believer you become, and trust me, you become believers slowly. I started with just fish oils 20 years ago. And now if you see my supplement stack, which keeps changing over the years, and the proof is in the pudding. So the pudding is sitting right in front of you. I take supplements and I've been taking them forever. I also experiment on myself. So there were 2 years when I didn't take supplements and my health really plummeted. So this is a myth that food is going to nourish you. The food quality has really deteriorated all over the world. Yes, you can clean up the food by removing the really bad foods, but your nutritional requirements are not going to be met just by food. You will have to supplement.
All right, last 3 questions, and because I've been told very strictly by Dr. Rukhsana to stick to time. This is a room full of experts in their field.
Yeah.
Do you recommend going to an expert for nutritional needs? Because
Oh,
most of us are just
absolutely.
experimenting. I wouldn't recommend it, so you give the disclaimer there, please.
Absolutely recommend it. Like everybody is now Dr. Google or Dr. Internet and now ChatGPT. So do not go to people who are not qualified. Do not take everybody's advice randomly. Supplements taken in the wrong way can also be harmful in the sense that they can suppress certain other things. So always consult an expert. And I personally try and put out as much information as I can so that everybody can avail that without having to spend the money getting the blood tests done through a podcast that I run with Ifat Umar. And then I also have my Instagram page, and I put a lot of information there. I also try and do like little group workshops where I teach people of different age groups, like what should be a stack for basic children, men, women, menopausal women. So, you know, this is the thing, you have to be careful about how you supplement.
Okay, so be mindful of our demographic. Last
Yes.
question. Most of us are parents in the room, parents under the ages of 10. If you could just, children under the ages of 10, okay. 10 to 15. General issue with under 10s is they're not eating enough, or they're not eating enough. And then there's the issue of that you can't monitor their diet. What are some of the things that you can control as a parent also?
So basically the things
what
that
not to worry about?
Yeah, I have a lot of patients who bring their children to me, especially when they feel that they have really benefited. Then I start seeing 12-year-olds being brought to me and 11-year-olds. And I have a daughter who I diagnosed was insulin resistant when she was 14. Now, to teach a 14-year-old how to eat was very difficult, because of course she was going to school, and there's school meals, and then there's like pressure from the peers also. So what you start doing is you start eating healthy yourself, become a role model for them. They have to do what you do. Eventually they will start doing what you do. Don't pick on them so much. Like, don't say you don't eat enough or you eat too much. Let them be. Stress them out as little as possible. Eat clean, and generally give them some fruity snacks when they go out for school or activities, and be careful of what you're putting in them at your home. That is the most important thing I would advise.
Yes, I think that also takes from nudge theory. If anybody's interested, behavioral economics, put it out there and they will reach out for it. And also, one thing I was told by a swim instructor once was that after their exercise routines or sports routines, make sure there's a healthy snack around, because they're hungry and they'll eat it, and then it's just a matter of the unfamiliar if that is not the practice. So it is practice what you preach as far as parenting is concerned.
Yes.
Anything else we're missing out, Dr. Rusana? Anything? Although we will have Dr. Samia available to us. Okay.
So Saira, Bilal, and me are going to be trapped in little booths lunchtime. If anybody wants to drop in, have a word, ask any questions, feel free. Thank you.
Okay, and a round of applause from me for finishing 3 minutes earlier.